Dorian Finney-Smith, let's talk about Dorian's offensive smithing. Because DFS, he's a bucket. Kind of. So far in my videos, I've mainly only covered DFS's defensive strengths and his intangible contributions to the Lakers from an energy and hustle perspective. But recently, DFS has actually become much more comfortable on the offensive end of the floor. He's been finding his rhythm and finding his spots on the floor and hitting shots with more regularity. Now, it's been a minute since the Lakers last played a game, but over DFS's last 3 games, he is currently averaging 10.7 points on 61% from the field and 53.8% from 3, knocking down 2.3 3-pointers made a game. Again, he's a certified bucket. So I know it's a very small sample of games, but in today's video, let me give you guys my quick, streamlined thoughts and observations on Dorian Finney-Smith's offensive rise the last couple of games for the Los Angeles Lakers. And before we get started, if you guys could please do me a favor and hit the like button on this video and click subscribe on this channel. And as many of you guys know, we've had a rough go of it here in Los Angeles, California with the fires blazing on. We have since come into a cooling, quell down period where the air has actually gotten a little bit clearer. But with that said, many families are struggling. Many families have lost their homes. And if you guys would like to contribute in any small monetary way, I will drop a link in the comments below of a Google Doc that features a whole bunch of families in need. And so if you have $1 or $2 or $10 to spare, please check that link out below. All right, with that said, let's get into my Dorian Finney-Smith offensive juggernaut observations. So let's start here and talk about Dorian Finney-Smith and attacking closeouts, because recently Dorian Finney-Smith has shown his adept ability at attacking closeouts and getting right to the bucket. Over the last few games, Dorian Finney-Smith has really been able to leverage his natural gravity as a shooter and attack late closeouts by competently putting the ball on the floor and taking it straight to the cup. While Dorian Finney-Smith doesn't have tremendous burst, speed, or athleticism, and sometimes may look a little bit stiff and clunky in his movements, he does have very long strides and a solid enough handle that help him make up the distance to the basket very easily and very quickly. Also, because DFS has been playing more power forward and small ball 5, opposing teams' bigger, more slower-footed forwards or even centers are typically tasked to cover DFS. And when you compare these more loafing forwards' mobility and agility to DFS's, it's no contest. DFS is beating them to the rim and leaving them in the dust nearly every single time. Once DFS is actually at the rim, he's also been a surprisingly pretty adept and crafty finisher. He has a lot more of a versatile and agile layup package than I thought, and can even evade defenders with some nifty up and under reverse layups. While his body movements do look a bit stiff and clunky, he still showcases some herky-jerky craft and skill by being able to hit some nice off-angled buckets at the rim. Add to that his physicality and strength, and I almost want to say he's a better finisher at the rim than guys like Max Christie, Jared Vanderbilt, and even sometimes Rui Hachimura. Next, let's talk about Dorian Finney-Smith's screening, because his screening has been a useful tool in helping him and others be effective offensively. Dorian Finney-Smith sets very purposeful, rock-solid, hard screens. He's a long, big, physical body, and he makes sure to leverage every ounce of his muscle when he sets screens. DFS rarely sets slip screens or ghost screens or half-ass screens. He makes sure to seek out contact with his defender with the full intention to erase them from the play completely, or at the very least rub them off. By making sure he gets contact with the defender, DFS forces the defense to sort of scramble and make a tough decision in the moment, because now the defender's behind the play, chasing their original on-ball assignment, so they either have to recover to their man or hope their teammates have their back in defending the screener, aka DFS. And most of the time, when it comes to DFS's pick and pop game, these hard screens that he sets really help free him up for the pop out above the 3-point line. Look at how open DFS was able to get against the Rockets on multiple occasions simply by committing to the screen, remaining patient, and then opportunistically popping out when ready. But even beyond his own offense, against the Atlanta Hawks, DFS also set some very effective back screens for LeBron James and had about 3 or 4 different screen assists to help free LeBron up for 3. So whether it's screening for himself in pick and pop scenarios to free him up for open threes, or screening for other players on his team to free them up to get to the basket or pull up for their own three-point shot, Dorian Finney-Smith's screening fundamentals and his ability to remain patient and really make defenders feel his body should really be studied by more players on the Lakers. And then lastly, and very obviously, let's actually talk about Dorian Finney-Smith's shooting. Because the biggest reason DFS has been excelling offensively recently is the simple fact that he's just taking and making his three-point shots with more confidence and more regularity. It's a make-or-miss league, and DFS has been getting his three-point shots up in bunches and without hesitation, even showing some moxie and balls in transition and firing away the moment he gets the ball. Very likely a green light directive from JJ Redick to shoot transition threes, but it's nice to see DFS actually follow through and execute, even though he's just a new player. And when it comes to his shooting mechanics, I was actually a bit surprised at how quick of a trigger DFS has, because he's kind of built himself to be this burly, bulky power forward, and so I was a little worried that his shot would look a little bit slow, but DFS really knows how to get his shot off in a hurry and is still able to maintain his nice fundamental shooting form even when defenders close out hard on him. And then overall, DFS just knows how to make himself available around the three-point arc and knows how to relocate to open spots well. DFS knows where he's going to get his shots, he knows his bread and butter spots, and he knows how to track the ball handler and move alongside the ball handler in order to give him a safety valve on the perimeter to fall back on. So yeah, in conclusion, nothing Dorian Finney-Smith does offensively is anything groundbreaking at all. He's never going to be eating up 15 seconds of the shot clock trying to break his man off his own dribble and then all of a sudden pull up for a turnaround fadeaway jump shot. If he's doing that, JJ Redick should probably pull him. But when it comes to keeping the offensive flow of a game going, DFS is a very nice, low usage, connective offensive player who shines in his boring reliableness. DFS is the king of keeping it simple stupid, and he'll give you a very dependable standard set of skills that you can rely upon from game to game. So what do you guys think about DFS's recent offensive resurgence, and what have you liked about his offensive game? Let me know in the comments below, and as usual, please do me a favor and click the like button, comment down below, and most importantly, please subscribe to this channel. It would greatly help a lot. And then once again, if you guys have the means to, please check out the Google Docs link in the comments below, featuring a list of families in need in California who may have lost their homes in the recent fires. And yeah, your help and donations would be greatly appreciated at a time like this to start 2025. All right, with that said, this has been Jonathan Hernandez of the Lakers Legacy Podcast. I will catch you guys next time. Stay safe, everybody. And if you live in the Los Angeles region, if you do need to go outside, please make sure to mask up. All right, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.